The first thing, Curt, is where were you before working together? I can't remember if you were unemployed for a long time or a short amount of time or kind of what was going on. So can you walk me through that?
Yeah, so I had worked at Procter and Gamble, and Procter and Gamble sold all those brands to Coty,
Mhm.
all the beauty brands except for two of them. And as a result, I got a package. And at the time, I thought I would go out and do consulting and did
Mhm.
that for 6 years successfully, had a great time, learned a lot, got to do things that I'd never had gotten to do in a corporate role. And then that slowly started to dry up. So
Mhm.
I thought it's time to get back into a corporate role
Mhm.
and see what could happen there. And for months, I was on LinkedIn and Indeed and doing the job boards and not really getting anywhere.
Yeah.
I would get an interview here and there, but
Mhm.
not nothing successful.
Mhm.
And so I was like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm messing out here.
Mhm.
And it's really the hidden job market. You got to go
Yeah.
after it. It's
Yeah.
not working through the job boards anymore.
Yeah.
And came across your program,
Excellent. And here we are.
and
So
here we are. Yeah.
we'll talk a little bit about more about your journey in a second, but what do you find most valuable about working together, Curt? Some people, I don't remember where your opportunity came from either. I don't know if it was, I think it was automation, but some people say automation. Some people say the ability to book the one-on-one calls with us when they have opportunities or the community that we have. What do you think was most valuable for you or the coaching clinics? I think I heard you say before.
Yep.
Why show up to the coaching clinics? What do you
Yeah.
find most valuable?
Yeah. It was all of it. But what was most valuable was animation, and which helped me hook up with a networking call, which ends up this gentleman that I networked with knew this guy that is the founder and CEO of this company I'm with.
Mhm.
And after 6 interviews, here I am.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that automated system helped you on a lead to a networking call that
Yep.
led to the opportunity, which at the end of the day, this is considerably a large salary increase with much upside, right? And I do know
Yep.
we're still working on some stuff there to, so more to follow on that.
Yeah.
Um, Plus, let's talk about your industry for a little bit because everyone says this won't work in X, right? So, Curt, tell people a little bit about, you're, not the normal VP of marketing that we kind of deal with, right? So,
Right.
you
Well,
were in,
it's
yeah, go ahead.
and it's interesting because when I first started, I'm like, nobody else is in beauty here.
Is in beauty and in sales,
So I
yeah.
thought, is this really the place
Mhm.
for me to be? But bottom line is that it's the place for everybody to be.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what industry you're in, because it's the systems that you teach and the tools that you provide is really what you need, and you can adapt them to whatever you're doing.
yep.
And it works. It works. You just got to stick with it.
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing, at the end of the day, getting a job is the same across the whole world, even in Russia, right? You got to look good. You got to get a hold of people who can hire you or who can help you get hired. You have to navigate that conversation and then you have to talk about money. No matter where you work in the world, that is the process, right?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
most people have problems getting in front of people, which is why that automated system for you, one of the tactics that we use, helped you because, hey, you're just getting in front of a tremendous amount of people per day. So
Yeah,
that's excellent.
exactly. Exactly.
So, what advice would you have, Curt, if someone was sitting next to us right now and they were considering starting the program and they were just like you, right? They're probably skeptical. Is this going to work for me? I've already done everything I know how to do. I've been looking at Indeed and stuff. What advice would you have for them?
Well, I would say trust Tim and the coaches. They know exactly what they're doing. They've got the experience and knowledge. Follow the program. It works. Trust in it. Utilize all the tools that are provided. Don't
Mhm.
select them, and be consistent with all of them. Connect with the coaches on a regular basis. They're there to help you through the peaks and valleys that you go through in a job
Mhm.
search. and they'll guide you and help you come out of that and feel better about yourself and what's happening and why it's happening. And really just get out of your way. Um,
Biggest one.
I wasn't trusting the system. I kept getting in my way. I kept second guessing it. And as soon as I set up animation in the proper way with Tim's help, um, and let it go and trusted it, that's when things started to happen for me. I kept putting up roadblocks that I'm bugging people, and you're not, you know,
Mhm.
you're a great connection too for these people to have. And that's the mindset to have, is just trust the system, lean on the team, utilize all the resources, and let it happen. And it will come. It will
I
definitely
remember
come.
the other thing too is it takes time. I remember a couple weeks in, you were like, "Hey, we set it up, and I'm not getting anything." And we fast forward not too long, and at the end, you had a couple offers in the pipeline that we were saying, "Hey, where what makes the most sense to go to?" So no
Yeah,
different than getting traction. It's
exactly.
hard to start, but once you start getting it and speeding up, it helps tremendously.
Yeah, it's true. The system takes a little bit of time to get up and running, but once it's up and running, you're busy. You're busy making all these connections and setting up appointments and networking and interviewing.
Mhm.
It's pretty amazing. You just
Excellent.
be patient. It'll happen.
Awesome. Thanks, Curt.
Yeah.